Hey guys, welcome to the Scholar Online YouTube channel, the channel that is all about learning. All right, so today we're going to do something slightly different. We're going to have a slightly shorter video where we're going to go through a review of the new OpenAI. I think it's pronounced DALL-E 2. All right, so this is the second version of their image generator AI. All right, so I was very excited when the second version came out. I actually submitted an application. You have to go through a review to be accepted into the program. You sort of just like, you can go to their website over there. I will link this in the description, and then you go into the sign up, and if you don't have a sign up, you can register the way OpenAI used to work before, where you just submit your information and they ask you what you're going to use this for, and then you just say, oh no, I just want to play around, whatever it is, and then they take about a week to review, and they come back to you and they say, okay, cool, you can now log in, and you log in with your same OpenAI login information, and then you get access to this. Okay, so today I'm going to do a review of this. I'm going to show you, we're going to test it and see what it can do. We're going to explore some of its limitations, what it's really capable of, and then maybe discuss some of the use cases. What do you think is going to be a use case for something like this? I mean, let me know in the description below. I'm quite interested to see. It's cool to have something that can generate images, but really, what would you be using it for, right? So let's explore all of that in this video today. All right, so now I've already got access to it. If you read down on the page, it talks about being able to generate an image from text. And the nice thing about this, and which I think is probably one of the most unique features of this program, is that it generates a completely new image that has never been used before. And if you're a web designer, or you work online, and you have to, or you're even a marketer, or any kind of, if you're in that field, you know how hard it is to get images and pictures. You have to subscribe to things like Envato just to get access to illustrations and pictures and pay a price. You have to either get pictures from this place, what do they call it, where I normally get free images from, Pixabay. And the problem with Pixabay is that you're going to download an image there that has been used 100 times over, and you put an image on your website and 100 other people are using the same image. So I mean, from the top of my head, initially, just looking at this, I see this as a place where I can generate an image which has never been used by anybody else. And number two, I've got complete copyright access to that image, which means I can put it on my website, I can put it on my book, I can put it anywhere I want to use it, without worrying about getting sued for copyright issues. That is, for me, from the top of my head as a web developer, the first thing that comes to mind, and that is definitely what I'm going to be using this for, right? So let's play around with it and see what it can do, what it cannot do, and so forth, right? So from initial indications, I'm gonna also link, you can actually, I don't need to link this, I'll link this main website, and then you can download the white paper yourself. All right, so this is the white paper that goes through the actual, if you have the time to go through the details of actually how this thing works in the back end, and you have the time to understand what exactly it's doing, and to give you that sort of comfort, and that it's generating a completely new image. This image that it generates is an image that has never existed before. It's not copying an image from somewhere else, and then you don't have to worry about copyright. You can read through this white paper and sort of get an understanding of also the limitations and the variations and the things you can do with it, right? But we'll go through a lot of what it boasts to be able to do in this video here today. All right, so this is the official Scholar Online review of this new feature from OpenAI, which can generate a brand new image using artificial intelligence and a prompt that you give it. So you're gonna tell it, I want an image of this and that, and it's going to generate for you an AI image from that text that you tell it, and that image generates will be a brand new image it literally puts together based on the text that you've given it. All right, now there are different types of images it will generate. That's the first thing you need to understand. So this program understands both semantics and style, so you can tell it the type of image that you want, whether you want a high quality photo, you want a painting, an illustration, a 3D render. You have to specify the kind of image that you want to generate. And then once you've done that, then you're going to say, what exactly that image must be of. All right, so there are two things you need to give it. All right, this is very, very important. And you need to say, for example, I want a high quality photo of a woman riding a bicycle. Let's try something like that. All right, so this is a high quality photo of an African woman. Let's be very specific. Let's give it a bit of a challenge. Of an African woman, right, wearing red lipstick. Let's try that. A high quality photo of an African woman wearing red lipstick. And then you click generate. It takes some time. Obviously, this is an AI system. It's going to take your text that you've given it. It's going to the background. It's trying to understand what you're saying. And then it's trying to then put out what it is that it's going to give you. And then you can have a look there. All right. There is what it has given me. A high quality photo. I mean, look at this, guys. Right. Some of it, I mean, there are some limitations. You can see this doesn't look like a real person. I mean, you can see this is not a real person, but I want to let you know that this person you see in this image right now does not exist. This is not a picture of somebody that OpenAI is giving you. There is no human being that looks like this in the world today. This is an AI generated image of an African woman wearing red lipstick. If I ran this again, it might generate a different African woman. All right. If you run it on your side, you might get an image of a different African woman. You understand? So this is amazing, guys. Like, I love this. So if you're looking at a website and you're trying to generate sort of pictures for your website, and maybe you're looking at, you go to Envato and you can't find pictures of African people because everybody in Envato is like white, you can come up here and generate your own pictures or high quality resolution pictures of exactly what you want, right? This is just so awesome. So now, the thing that you need to understand about this generator is that the DALL-E generator is that you need to, number one, specify the type of thing that you want. If you want to get best results, you need to generate the type of image that you're looking for. A photo, an illustration, a painting, or whatever. You need to be very specific, and then you need to then give it what it is you want to generate. So now I'm going to change just the first part. Instead of saying a high quality photo, I'm going to say something like a let me see an oil painting. Let's do that. An oil painting of an African woman wearing red lipstick. Let us see if we give that prompt exactly what it will give to us, because you need to be specific as well, like I've already said. And let's just give it a bit of a moment and wait for it to give us an oil painting instead of a high quality picture. You see, you get something completely different. And what I love about this as well is that this picture doesn't exist anywhere else than you just made it here today on OpenAI. And I'm sure when you run this program yourself, when you run the same prompt on your side, you're going to get completely different pictures generated out of it. All right, so let's play around with it a bit and see what else we can do. Right, let me say a Van Gogh. All right, a Van Gogh a style. All right, a painting of, I don't know, an African sunset, right? A Van Gogh style painting of an African sunset. Let's see what we get with that. Okay, I'm just trying to take you through now the different variations of what you can tell it to give or produce or generate for you, and play around with it. All right, there we go. Look at that, right? This is Van Gogh style. Well, in the OpenAI, mind, right? But you can also, you can try different type of style illustration. You can do 3D render. So I'm going to go through the list of what I've already tried and played around with. I'm not going to play around with all of them right here, right now. When you're watching this video, what you can do is you can pause, write this down, but it will give you a nice understanding. So that when the next time you go play with this, OpenAI image generator, you know the different types of prompts that you can give it. All right, so I've tried these ones. I've tried a high quality photo. I've done it with you. You've seen how good the quality of the photo is. I've tried saying please generate me an illustration. All right, I've tried saying please generate me a painting, and it does a painting. I've tried a Van Gogh style painting, Michelangelo type painting. You can try all the different artists that are known, all the main sort of like known artists, Leonardo da Vinci, try all of those and say please generate this type of an image of whatever it is you're trying to do, and it will try its best to do that as well. 3D render is one I'm going to try with you right now. All right, so let's do like 3D render, a 3D render of a pot plant, of a house, of a pot plant, of a pot plant with a flower. Let's see, of a pot plant with a flower. I'm gonna try the 3D render. Okay, so 3D render, that's another one that you can do. You can do futuristic type images and say, oh, can you please generate a futuristic image of roads in Manhattan or something like that. You can try. Oh, look at that 3D render. That's amazing, right? Look at that. Let me try something like a 3D render of a realistic, high quality pot plant. I'm gonna remove flower because maybe the flower is confusing it. It doesn't have to have a flower, it can just be a pot plant, because I think the quality of it also is very important that you get. If you're gonna do a 3D render, you want something more realistic. So this again shows you, this is just how OpenAI works. Even with all the other AIs we've worked with, the text generation and all of that, the prompt that you give it is very, very important. You can get completely varying results based on the prompt that you give it. All right, you have to tell it exactly what you want. This plot plan looks a little bit more realistic. It's a 3D render. I mean, you can have this on your website. You can see the shadow in the back that sort of illustrates that this is like some sort of a 3D render. So this is really cool, guys. Like, I was playing around with this since I got access to it earlier this week, and I thought, you know what, for this Saturday's video, let me just go through this with you guys, and you guys can try it out. And you know how we're always trying to find images to use on our websites all the time, all right? And this for me replaces Pixabay. Instead of going to Pixabay every time and getting the same image that 100 other people are using on my website, I can just do this. If I'm building a doctor website, I just come up here and I just get an image of a doctor, a render, illustration, whatever it is I want, and you can work that on the website. Another use case that came to mind, right, is these guys that are into NFTs, right? You know how challenging it is to generate NFT art. And I think this is probably what this is going to be really popular for, is generating NFT art, which is like a non-fungible token. And you can generate these kind of art, and you'll know that it's unique and nobody else has that image anywhere else. If you've generated it with your AI generator, only you've got that image, and then you can definitely then put it in your NFT collection. You can get like variations. You can do variations, and we'll get into that variations later, and I'll show you how to do that, where you can upload an image and then you can ask it to create for you different variations of that image, and then you can get nice stuff to use on your NFT art. And for me, I'm not very strong into NFTs, but I can just see this as a use case for those guys that love to always have unique pieces of art that they generate with NFTs, instead of now having to hire some artists to charge you an arm and a leg. Boom, you've got your AI generator that can do that for you. All right, hand-drawn sketch, abstract painting, oil drawing. Let's try an oil drawing, because I think this is this will show you really how you can really use this for NFT, right? So let's try and say an oil drawing of a what would I generate a drawing of? An oil drawing of a I want some sort of of a lion, an oil drawing of a lion sitting down. An old drawing of a lion sitting down in the forest, in the jungle. Something like that. an old drawing of a lion sitting down in a jungle. And imagine you can have, maybe you can generate a lion doing something else, a lion doing this, and you can start generating maybe a whole collection of lions, and you can have your own NFT collection of lions doing interesting things, right? Look at that. Look at that. So this right here, I think the beauty of this, and it still blows my mind, right? It still blows my mind completely that these images I'm looking at right now have never existed before. And I can click on this, for example. I can really give this to like I can get it to generate. You can even add in here the sort of the pixels that you want. I haven't played around with that yet, but I know that you can. So you can, like, say you want a high resolution, you can specifically ask for high resolution and it will give you high resolution. You could download it, print it out, or send it to, like you get those guys that do proper painting or whatever, and they can get this done nicely for you. You can hang it in your house. You know what I'm saying? You can hang it in your house, and it's an AI image, and you just sort of get somebody to print it on a canvas, right? You get somebody to print it on a canvas nicely, and then you can hang it in your house. You can have an image of interesting things in your house, and you can do all of that. So I'm really excited about everything you can do with OpenAI, but at the same time I'm also curious about what can you do that is that can generate income. All right, so I'm open to your suggestions, guys. If you're watching this video, feel free to, in the comments below, let me know in your mind what you would want to do with something like this, right? So if you look at this picture over there, you can click on it and you can immediately download it, right? So you can download it and then it will come into your, you can see there it is there. I can go into my computer and then I can download it there, and there is the image, and you can do anything that you want with it. Like I'm even thinking like mailing this to the guys there by the printer shop and having them print this for me on a canvas, and I'm gonna hang it up in my house. I'm actually gonna do that, and then it's gonna save me. I mean, it costs me nothing. That's the other nice thing about this right now, because they're still in the beta stage. They haven't released this officially to everybody. So if you do manage to get access into this, everything that you're doing is still free for now. I think they're still trying to figure out a price point, how much they're going to be charging for this. So currently, while they're still doing that and they're still testing the stuff out, if you manage to get access into it, it's free. So you can, like, obviously you don't abuse, and they are monitoring a lot of what you're doing with it, and don't upload images of other people, don't upload images that are copyrighted, because those are the kind of things that will get you banned very quickly. And I don't want to get banned from a system like this, because I want to be at the forefront of technology. I mean, if you're getting into this kind of technology right now, I promise you, you're going to be at the forefront of technology, because I'm not sure that anybody else is doing this kind of stuff. And let's come together. Leave your comments below. What are the use cases that you can put together over something like this? What do you think you can build with something like this that would be the next big business idea, or the next big sort of like concept out there? Maybe social media posts that you can post about. Maybe you can use this for something like that, right? I mean, I'm just getting a lot of like my head is just ringing right now. But before I end this video, I want to show you another feature of it where you can actually edit existing pictures. So I'm going to upload an existing picture, right? So you can actually upload an existing picture. So I'm gonna upload one of my pictures. I'm gonna upload one of my pictures from the desktop. I'm gonna try this one. All right, I'm gonna upload this picture and crop it. And once you've uploaded the image, before you actually get into the edit image, you get like two options. You can go into edit image, and if you go into edit image, what it allows you to do is things like highlight certain sections and replace it with something else, right? Things like change the hairstyle of this lady to a, I don't know, straight hair, or whatever it is you want to play around with. But what I noticed was the edit thing on my side is it's still very sketchy, right? So I don't know that I would use it for that yet. It's not quite the way you would want it. You wouldn't, like, for example, take that image that comes out of the edit and use it in a proper professional website, because I've seen the videos, but when I tried doing it myself, it never came out quite right. Maybe I'm doing it wrong, right? So I'm not going to do the edit for now. Today I'm going to do generate variations, and I just want to show you something really cool that you can do upload an existing picture, generate variations of it, and get like different views of the same pictures, even different faces. They even put different faces on it. I thought it was so, I mean, I was laughing off my chair when I looked at it, and I thought, this is really, really cool. Look at that. Look at that. So this is the image that I uploaded, and I said generate variations. This is like a completely different face. It's not even the same face. It's a different person, but this is not a real person. It's an AI generated face, right? With a different hairstyle. Look at that. The person is even looking in the opposite direction, almost like a mirror image. And again, it's a completely different human face. It's a completely different hairstyle, so those guys, if you're a designer and you're working with like pictures, and you're trying to get the right picture to put in a campaign or something, and you got a picture and it's not quite right, you just want a few edits here and there, maybe you just want the person to look the other way and things like that. This is a perfect use case. So I see designers using this a lot, graphic designers. I see guys that are into NFTs using this a lot, and web designers too. So I'm going to be using this a lot to generate pictures to use on my own website, and especially when I'm looking for something very, very unique that I know nobody else is gonna have, right? And social media guys, the social influencers, the guys that are always looking for some pictures to put on your post. You can download this, put text on it, and then you can even use the editor to put text on the image. But I wouldn't use the AI editor for the text. I would actually just download the image and use some other software to put text on the image. Use it for social media. How you're always looking for content, for social media content to put all the time. Every day you gotta do something new, and you're just you're running out of pictures. Imagine you just come up here and you generate brand new images every day to post on your social media and stuff like that, right? Now let's talk about limitations. This wouldn't be a completely fair video if we didn't consider what are the limitations of this. And I'm only going to share what I've already experienced so far, and hopefully they'll improve on this in the future. For me, the major limitation to date, and I can understand why they had to do it like that, because it's still beta and they're still sort of testing it out, is the fact that this thing only works with square images, right? It would have been really nice if they allowed you to set the image dimensions yourself. And so that you could, like, if I wanted a landscape image, I could get a landscape image. If I wanted a whatever. So it looks like it really only works with square images for now, which, to be honest, is maybe 70 to 80% of the type of images you need. Most locations where you need to put an image, Instagram, websites, work perfect with square images anyway, right? So I'm not even too worried about that. But hence it's a good place to start, and I can understand why they started there. Hopefully in the future, when they expand, maybe when they have DALL-E 3 or 4, they will have the ability for people to generate a different type images. All right. And what I've noticed as well as a limitation is that this is really good at generating art, right? Like, because art is sort of subjective, so when you generate art, you get the perfect piece of art every time. Every time you get the perfect piece of art. So if you look at some of the stuff I've generated over here, like these ones, right? You get the perfect piece of art. You look at this, you get the perfect piece of art. This is like award-winning stuff, right? But when you try to generate things like high level, high quality, actual realistic pictures, and you try to generate, you sort of see the cracks in it. Like if you look at here, you can see, this actually was a good render. Like I've tried before generating pictures. Let me just show you my previous ones. Like this one over here, I was trying to generate a high quality picture, right? And you can see over there, the eyes are not quite right. You can see that, okay, this is like, but okay, maybe this is 99% there. Okay, let me not put it as a limitation. All right, so let me actually take it out, because actually this does really an amazing job, to be honest. I love this. Like the prompt that I gave this was, generate a photo of a beautiful black female model, and this is what it gave me. And I think this is like gosh, I'm blown away. All right, so I'm curious to let you guys go play with this. Let me know what you think. This is my official Scholar Online review of the DALL-E system, and I love it, and I'm definitely going to be using it in a lot of my projects going forward. All right, so I hope you guys loved the video. We did nice and short this time. Next time, I was actually a bit stuck trying to figure out what my next project should be, right? So I'm open for suggestions. All right, I get suggestions all the time, but I don't always note them down. So in this video, I'm open for suggestions. If you've got a suggestion of what tutorial you would like to see on Scholar Online, a specific project to say, build a payment processing system or build an e-commerce website on Django, whatever it is, okay, let me know. Put it in the comments below. I'm open to suggestions. I will definitely consider it and see what our next project is going to be. So thank you guys for watching, and see you again next time.